The first leg of the CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinals is done. I got about 10 minutes free, so I thought it'd be fun to sit down and give you guys my kind of quick, rapid-fire reaction to all four matches. I'm going to be dropping a more in-depth analysis video after the quarterfinals, so hit subscribe for that and all the other CONCACAF content here on Deadball TV. Drop the video a like and let me know down below in the comments what was your biggest takeaway from the first leg. What did you guys learn? I don't care if it was a player, coach, team. Let me know down below. I'd love to hear what the streets are saying. Now, before I get into my game by game, I just want to say overall, pretty unsurprisingly, the general quality of play in these first four games was pretty low. I'm not sure which game we're going to anoint as the best ball. I'm actually really curious what you guys think. I'm going to lean Canada versus Surinam, mainly because, I don't know, maybe the venue was the best of the four games that we saw. You could say it was Panama, Costa Rica. There was a little bit more strategy in that match as well. But most of these games overall, man, not good. Now, Panama versus Costa Rica. Basically what happened in this game is that both teams went on Maury, and he said, Panama, you are the father. And then everybody screamed, and some woman passed out in the audience. 6 straight wins for Panama against Costa Rica. 3 straight wins away in San Jose. That is an absolutely mental stat. And if you guys aren't putting respect on Panama yet, you are a straight hater. Drop a like on the video. We love haters here on Deadball TV. To put this performance in a little bit more perspective, I looked at how the top 3 teams perform away in Costa Rica, both historically and all time, and it's not good. We'll start with the U.S. men's national team. 9 straight losses away in Costa Rica in competitive matches. Are you having a laugh? Firstly, that's pathetic on the part of the United States. That is one of the saddest records, saddest stats I've ever seen. Costa Rica, they're no scrubs. But to lose 9 straight, not even a draw, bro. Not even a fluke penalty, classic CONCACAF corruption win. You don't even have one of those. 9 straight L's is pathetic. That's the only word that can be used to describe how the U.S. plays away. Don't talk to me about the players. Don't talk to me about Berhalter. This is endemic, bro. This has gone back when the dinosaurs were around. Canada have never beaten Costa Rica in a competitive match away. They don't have the same volume of games as the United States. The only thing I could see to put a little bit of respect on Canada is they got a draw in the CONCACAF Championship in 1985. I can't remember who was the president then, but that was a while ago. And Mexico have a 1-win, 1-draw, 1-loss record in the last 3 games. So of the big 3, Mexico actually performs the best historically against Costa Rica and San Jose. I had to dust off the history books a little bit, but there was a period of time from 2004 to 2012 when Mexico did, in fact, win 3 straight World Cup qualifiers away in Costa Rica. But they're the only team, and now Panama joins them, to be able to do that. So basically, just put respect on Panama, dude. Absolutely crazy. It was a foul on Carrasquilla in the box that leads to a Jose Fajardo penalty. That's how Panama get out of this match. That was very physical, very hotly contested, but a dub is a dub. And now Costa Rica have to go to Panama City and try to get a result. And that's going to be a massive, massive ask because Christensen has figured this team out like it's a children's puzzle. I mean, I like a Rubik's Cube, but for 5-year-olds. I don't know what he's done. I don't know if there's a mole in the Costa Rica camp, but this guy knows how to beat Los Ticos. And just to talk about Los Ticos for a second here, why do they underperform to insane degrees within CONCACAF, but then at the Copa Americas and the World Cups they ball out? Some Costa Rica fan, let me know down below. It's like they play up, but only if it's a tournament or competition outside of CONCACAF. They're not quite CONCACAF frauds, but these guys should be better. Now, speaking of CONCACAF frauds, Jamaica versus U.S. men's national team. Obviously, the U.S. won this one off a Ricardo Pepi goal in the 5th minute. This game was complete ass. The entertainment value was terrible. The pitch was terrible. It really slowed things down for both teams. Nobody could really do much here. I just have a few kind of minor talking points, and then we can move on to the other 2 matches. Number 1, Pochettino already has as many competitive wins away in CONCACAF as Greg Berhalter. 1 win. Berhalter only beat Honduras away in the 2022 World Cup qualifying cycle. Pochettino, in his first competitive match, has equaled his record. That is crazy. Now, it was a 1-0 win. There's no reason to have a massive parade in Times Square over anything like this, but I think you're setting the tempo And you're kind of setting a very strong precedent for this U.S. men's national team, what they could be now moving forward. And I'm going to give them a little bit more credit as well for all the players missing. I mean, this is not going to be the USA team. I'm not having the B team talk, but this is not full strength United States. And they still went to Independence Park and got a dub against a pretty stingy Jamaican national team. And I expect the away leg, or I should say home leg of the United States, to be a comfortable victory now. I don't think there were a ton of insanely strong performances from anybody, quite frankly. But if there were some stock up players for the United States, Mark McKenzie for sure, who I feel like I'm the only guy on YouTube who 3 years ago was like, yeah, Mark McKenzie's good. Like, I don't know. I feel a little vindicated now that people are finally coming around to the idea that he should start for the U.S. I mean, my dude's been balling at gang for years. I mean, now he's on a trash French team, but he's still doing okay. I digress. Just shout out to me is all I'm saying. What else? Who else did a stock up? Ricardo Pepi, you have to say, if he's not the second option now cemented for the U.S., we're probably one more performance away, one more goal away in the home leg from him locking up the number 2. And Tanner Tessman, I thought, was somewhat of a pleasant surprise. Stock downs, I don't really think there were many for the U.S., yeah, I think everybody else was kind of just didn't move at all. Now, from the Jamaican standpoint, I just have one minor takeaway from this game, and that is Damari Gray. And I think the fall off of Damari Gray needs to be studied, quite frankly. In his first 9 games for Jamaica, when he burst onto the scene for the Reggae Boys, 5 goals, 2 assists, borderline their best player at the Gold Cup. Like, when he declared for the Reggae Boys and he started playing out, I thought, here comes the chosen one. This is the prodigal son who might actually make Jamaica turn into what they could always be. Leon Bailey finally looks like he has some help over on that other side. This attack with Michail Antonio up top looks scary. Well, that was 2023. In his 10 games since, 0 goals, 1 assist. No goal involvements for the Reggae Boys in literally a year. 365 days ago, he got an assist against Canada in the last edition of the Nations League quarterfinals. This guy moved to Saudi Arabia and just completely fell off. Like, I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not trying to be hateful. I actually was a massive fan of Damari Gray. I'm a Spurs fan. I wanted us to sign him. I digress. But he's washed. Like, he looks genuinely washed. On top of the fact that his demeanor, he's kind of got a little bit of that Malik Tillman in him, where he just looks like he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Which makes the bad performances even worse. So, if I'm a Reggae Boys fan, I'm really upset with this guy because he started off so hot, and he is ice cold Ben Simmons from 3, dude. Ben Simmons from 3 or the free throw line at best, bro. And this is crazy. I did not expect this. I thought Damari Gray was going to continue to be a really, really strong player for the Reggae Boys, but he looks like he could not care less right now. Moving on to Canada 1, Surinam 0. Junior Hoylett, of all people, with the goal in this game. I'm not going to look into this too much. I think Surinam did okay, but really these boys just sat back. And when I say sat back, I'm talking like first class Qatari Airways seat, fully reclined. You've basically turned it into a bed, sat back. Like, they did nothing offensively, made it difficult for Canada, but they were clearly just trying to kind of nick a goal on a counterattack or go back to Canada with a 0-0 draw, which I actually think they got it wrong. I think they should have been a little more offensive in this game, because I don't think they get a result away in Canada now. 13 shots for Canada, 5 on target, 2 shots for Suriname, 0 on target. That's kind of a good little numbers. There's some numbers, people watching. Those are some numbers to embody how this game played out. I thought it was a class match from Jonathan David. Most chances created in the game, and the assist to Hoylett. And I got to shout out Bombito, bro, because the few times that Suriname looked like they might actually do something, that Geraldo Becker might actually still be the player that many CONCACAF fans still think that he is, Bombito was there to clean it up. I mean, he's the best center back in CONCACAF, and I'm not going to say he's creating a gap, right, because Johan Vasquez, I think, is still a contender for that. Maybe Chris Richards as well, if he can, get a couple more appearances for the national team and stay healthy. But Bombito's different, bro. The man is literally built different. I mean, it's crazy. Lastly, Mexico 0, Honduras 2. 2 consecutive losses against La H. Now, I dropped an entire 15-minute analysis video, or really it was just a therapy session on the channel. Check that out now. I'm not going to go into player by player for Mexico like I did in that video. I'm just going to start by complimenting Honduras because I thought Joseph Rosales and Andy Najar locked up Mexico. Maldonado in the back, locked up. Forgive me, I can't remember the other center back's name for Honduras, but I thought he had a good game as well. They really gave Mexico nothing. It was an offensively dead performance from Mexico. I don't know who walks away from this game from Mexico looking even okay. I mean, I would say Raul Jimenez and I would say Luis Chavez, who I don't think should have been subbed off. I think that was a mistake. Everybody else, straight trash. Straight trash. Like, the Memo Ochoa era, it needs to end. I mean, how are you going to let Luis Palma, Luis Palma who barely has played at all for Celtic, by the way, come on and absolutely cook you for 2 goals is crazy. The worst thing about this game is that Mexico deserved to lose 100%. Again, congratulations to Honduras. This was not a robbery. This was not a fraudulent victory. Absolutely deserved to win. Mexico did nothing, deservedly lost. But Mexico made a crucial mistake by allowing 2 goals. And I'm looking at Memo Ochoa when I say that. Again, it's time for him to move on. Now Mexico's going to have to win, or at least win by 2 goals in Toluca. We're not even going to have the Azteca buff. We're going to be playing in Toluca, and it's going to be a very, very difficult game with the personnel that we currently have. I think it's going to be very difficult. I wouldn't be surprised if Honduras get another one. You know, I remember last time around in the home leg in Mexico, there was a couple chances for Honduras to get that away goal in the first half, which would have killed the match completely. But they weren't able to capitalize. Does that happen again? Is Honduras wasteful again? Because they were very clinical in this game. Does it happen again? I don't really think so. I actually think Mexico might be done here. And that might be the best thing to ever happen to the national team. I will be going live for this game. I'm pretty sure. It's going to be super late, Buenos Aires time. I'm going to do what I can. You're just going to have to hit subscribe and follow us on social media to know for sure. That's the video, guys. Those are my rapid-fire reactions. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, drop the video a like. Let me know if you like the series, and I will do this after every single kind of one-off CONCACAF match if I can. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.